Good morning and welcome back to this shared space on YouTube called Natural Connection with the Shaman. I am your host, Shaman Odin Greywolf, and today I have some esoteric messages for you. This isn't my dream journal is at my desk, but let me tell you about my dream. First dream, I was in this foreign country I go to a lot. It reminds me of Mexico, but it's not Mexico. Anyways, I paid a guide to take me to the grocery store, show me where it is, and we bought prawns and made dinner, whatever. That wasn't so interesting. Second dream, I had bought in this really nice house, but it needed a little work. But the perk was in the backyard was this large outdoor type restaurant structure, right? There was like a barbecue area, grill area, a bar area, and plenty of seating. So I thought, perfect. Um, I had my family and kids with me, and just perfect house. So the first morning I wake up and I notice there's people out in my backyard. At this point, I didn't realize I just liked the restaurant for me and my family, right? There's people in my backyard restaurant and they like are all hanging out, all kinds of different people. And I go out there to see what's going on. I'm like, hey, what are you, what are you doing in my restaurant? And they're like, what? This is the local place. This is the local spot. And they had all brought food to the local spot, and they were sharing. And they're like, we used to come and buy drinks and bring our own food. And just day to day, every day we'd hang out. So I'm like, okay. So I thought, whatever. So then they leave to go about their day. And then some kids come by or some young adults and they're shooting BB guns at each other. And then I get hit with a barrage of BBs, like thousands of BBs. I'm all, what the fuck? So I called the police and the police come and I'm like, yeah, man, people are shooting BBs at my restaurant. He's like, oh, that's a neighborhood game. We all play. Even us police, we get involved in it too. And I'm going, okay. So they give me a really cool BB gun. They're like, just shoot them back. So the cops are like, this is the local hangout, your restaurant. You mind if we stay and buy some drinks and have some food? I'm like, yeah, no problem. So they're staying there. And as they're on one side, a dude comes in to rob my restaurant on the other side. And I'm like, what the fuck? We don't even have any money. I just moved in. And he's holding a gun. He's holding one of my waitresses up at gunpoint. And the police ended up getting him. And they ended up shooting him down. So we're like, what the hell? Police are like, I don't know. It's kind of odd. At this point, me and the police are like friends, right? We're like friends. It's a dream, you know. All this seems like it would take years to be friends, but we became like year-long friends in this one afternoon. Anyway, so we're like, what the hell? Why would they rob? They know that this place it doesn't have much money. And he goes, I don't know. He's like, why don't you look around and see if there's any stash spots? So me and the waitress of my restaurant are looking around. We find tons of stash spots, but all of them are empty. And we we even go underneath under the subfloor. There's a subfloor, not a basement, but like a subfloor crawl space. And we couldn't think of anything. So we come back up and the people from earlier in the day come back and everybody wants lunch and drinks and hang out and have a good time. So I'm like, okay. And at this time I had another waitress coming, right? And so because we had found so many stash spots and while everybody was busy, I wanted to find out where their stash money was. Now, the other waitress that I had that came at lunch rush, She worked for the previous owners. And I go, hey, if they were to stash money, where would it be? And she's like, oh, come on, I'll show you. And she takes me back into the subfloor, only to a different section. And she pulls this Ziploc bag with about $100,000 in it. She hands it to me. So I pull a couple $1,000s out. I'm all, here, stash this. I don't want nobody to see it. And I grab a big wad of money and I stash it in my pants. And just at that moment, we hear another guy come in to try to rob the store. He's like, all right, where's the money? Where's that $100,000? And I'm like, oh shit. So I tell her, let's not go up this way. Let's go up over where the cops are eating dinner. And we go over there and I come up, and with the rest of the $100,000 I had, I said, look, this is what we found. And there was a lot. It was like the whole department of police were there. So they split it up amongst each other. Mind you, we're friends, right? And the guy who come in, he actually had a couple of gangsters with him as a crew. And they're like, all right, well, you might have got away. Sounded really super comic-y, but you might have got away this time, but you owe us $100,000. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. And he goes walking off, and the police are like, since we split up the money amongst each other, we got your back. Nobody's gonna touch you, right? So then I woke up. Reason I'm telling you about my dream is keep that in mind as I read through some of the astrology today. It's just it's something I find fascinating because my dreams always have some metaphoric meaning to the astrological alignments. And then specifically, like, it's almost like my dream and waking up all the way down to the exact time that I type in the astrology on my laptop. Because depending on what times you type in your astrology reading, the houses could be in different places, right? Not so much the planets, but the houses definitely do move every 2 hours. So it all kind of just goes into divine orchestra. I, in my dreams, am always in tune with the divine orchestra that my day will be. It may be metaphoric, kind of comical because it is a dream, but while you're in the dream, it seems like reality, so it never seems comical until you tell it back. So anyways, keep all that in mind. Today is Thunras Day. That stands for Jupiter. Jupiter's day is Thursday. Jupiter's all about expansion, prosperity, Santa Claus, wisdom, intellect. Okay. So today is 10/16/2025. Wait, not so much intellect. Mercury's intellect. Jupiter is more about wisdom and higher knowledge. Educated. He's like the guru of the planets. So 10/16/2025. If you add that up, it equals 17. 17 in numerology stands for spiritual growth, intuition, and personal freedom. Number 17 in the major arcana is the star card. The message from the star card today is the promise that we can find peace of mind. A reminder to open our heart and release our fear and doubt. Without hope, we can accomplish nothing. 17. 1 plus 7 equals 8. Numerology 8 stands for balance between material and spiritual worlds, career, business, finances, and authority. And 8 stands for the strength card. Today, the strength card's message is a need to withdraw for the moment and be patient. If something is driving you crazy, deal with it calmly. So because we have Thunras Day, Thursday, Jupiter's Day, and the numerology adds up to 8th house energy, I just kind of looked at what would Jupiter in the 8th house be today, right? Because Thursday and number 8. So Thursday and number 8 equal powerful, or Thursday in the Jupiter in the 8th house equal powerful potential for transformation, growth, and spiritual insight. that leads to financial gains through inheritance or shared resources. Now, mind you, buying the house in my dream meant inheriting that restaurant, and I didn't realize it. Big changes, personal growth, spiritual insight that leads to financial gains, 100K, through inheritance, the restaurant, or shared resources. Today at 9 a.m., Jupiter is in Cancer, 10th house, in Punarvasu Nakshatra, which indicates a career marked by wisdom, expansion, and a focus on nurturing or teaching roles. This placement is a strong, exalted position for Jupiter that brings good fortune, professional success, and public recognition, especially in educational areas, law, police, or mentorship. Eighth house energy. When we look at the eighth house, we're talking about transformation, shared resources, and the mysteries of life and death. Today at 9 a.m., Uranus retrograde is in Taurus, 8th house, in Kritika Nakshatra, which means shifts in areas of shared resources, intimacy, and personal values. You may look deep into re-evaluating what you truly value and own, both materially and emotionally. Finding a psychological breakthrough that leads to a magnetic charisma. So today is a day to own and embody your wisdom and true values, because being who you truly are, is what will move you forward in career and intimate life. Okay, so that is your esoteric for the morning. And then I pulled a divine masculine oracle, and it was Ra, right? So I like to read this with you because I've only read the initial message from Ra, right? But I haven't read through it, and I like to read it because I like to experience it for the first time with you guys. So the card Ra. Enhance your joy, abundance, and play by emulating the energy of the sun. Radiance, warmth, and life force will bring you sustenance after a period of heaviness and release. Isn't that what the star card mentioned? So did you know that Ra stands for the sun in Egypt, right? So our sun is a star, right? So like when we look at stars far away, those are solar systems or planets. It depends on what you know, or the moon. But so Ra is giving us the same message as the star card. Enhance your joy, have hope. Abundance and play by emulating the energy of the sun. Radiance, warmth, and life force will bring you sustenance after a period of heaviness and release. Also, the strength card. If something's driving you crazy, deal with it calmly, because have hope. So, Ra is worshipped as one of the oldest and most important gods in ancient Egypt mythology, a creator god and god of the sun. Ra has no parents. Instead, he was born fully developed, rising out of a lotus flower. Another version of his myth states that he rose from the Ben stone, the capstone of a pyramid. The origin of life. Ra created humans from his tears, becoming the patriarch of the ancient Egyptian deities. He is the father of Shu and Tefnut, grandfather of Nut and Geb, and great-grandfather of Isis, Osiris, Set, and Nephthys. To further Ra's importance to Egyptian culture, pharaohs were titled sons of Ra. Ra is not only a sun god, but also the embodiment of the sun itself. The setting sun is said to be Ra traveling to the underworld to become reborn at daybreak. Ra's message for us today is: on a balmy day toward the end of summer, the sun's rays hit the earth, and in a display of iridescent brilliance. After a swim, a man walks out of the ocean, feeling rejuvenated and livened by the warmth as he sits by the shore, basking in the light. A woman in the next neighborhood sips her coffee. She smiles as she watches her sunflowers reach toward the sun, seeking its radiance. Next door, a young family laugh and play under a sprinkler, feeling the joy of play in the heat. Throughout history, the sun has held various cultural roles and meanings. Its energy has predominantly been associated with masculine energy, life force, abundance, and vitality. The sun's blazing rays are penetrating, fierce, and life-providing, a reflection of the attributes of the masculine. Honoring the sun and working with its energy will assist you in embodying these attributes, just like Ra. Not only did the ancient Egyptians praise the sun, but many other cultures have their own version of lore. Origin stories and deities representing solar energy. Without the sun, we would not exist. As the most important star in our solar system, the sun has been a life provider, light source, and bringer of enlightenment. Your body undergoes vitamin D production from UV exposure in a sun-safe manner, and the release of serotonin, a mood-boosting hormone. The sun penetrates, replenishes, and warms your soul after periods of dense emotional work and release. For plants, it provides sustenance through the process of photosynthesis, converting solar energy into carbon dioxide and soil nutrients into food. Humans have always connected deeply with the sun, and it's time for you to harness your relationship with it now. Make it a habit to work with its daily cycle, and you will learn to honor your sleep, serotonin levels, energy, and vitality. Working with the sun will benefit your mind, body, and spirit, reminding you of your connection to life force energy. So that's pretty interesting. Notice how it says that after long periods of emotional work and release, which have been the themes for not just me, but so many people I've seen on YouTube, and I don't really go on socials, but people I interact with, I hear it all over the place. Everyone has been working with emotional releases and transformations. Basically, it's all in the astrology. So the sun is coming to bless you now. It's your time of warmth and joy. So whatever you are going through, remember, what did we get from the strength card message? If you're dealing with something, have patience. Slow down, take a step back, and have hope, because the star card represents hope. So good things are obviously coming. You need to just take a chill pill. Let me see. It's still kind of early, so I'll just pull a rune. All right. Your rune is Ansuja. Now, in Proto-Germanic, this rune is called Ansiwi, and it represents ancestors, right? In Elder Futhark, it represents the voice, the divine speech. So, and it also represents messages, signals from God, right? Messages of the gods. So all of that together today is telling you to use your voice. Oh, if we remember the astrology this morning, use your wisdom in speech to either nurture or teach others. You could become a divine speaker of some sort, either a healer or, like myself, a deliverer of divine messages. A lot of people get this confused with thinking that it has to be channeled messages like in a trance. You are the trance. Did you know that? Did you know that studying astrology and finding the numerology of the day and funneling it down to which planet and which house to look at each day, what arcanas those go to? Did you know that this whole esoteric is a channeling? Did you know that interpreting those messages are divine speech, right? Shamans understand the divine speech. We spent lots of our lives studying and understanding them. Now, like is in everything, you can't remember every single thing in the world, right? And if you are an interpreter of the code from spirit into the matrix, you are going to need to take notes, journal, study your dreams, write them down, reach for some books, understand what those dreams may mean. Find the significance, find the metaphorical meanings, reasons, keep track of them, go through them after every period of time. Use your intelligence and your wisdom of what you truly value, okay? Don't go and be a fake person. Don't go and just because the latest craze is this and try to pretend that you're that. It's not going to work. What ignites your soul, your solar energy, is what you should follow. That is your divine speech. That is your divine gift given to you to give you the magnetic charisma and aura to speak on what you truly enjoy. So that is what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed today's message. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Click the notification bell. Leave a comment if you like. Share this video with your friends. I'm glad to introduce soon a collab with Anura Labs. I'll have more information on them soon. Stargate Medicine and I work very well together. So I'll keep you informed on the next Stargate Medicine updates. And go to my website if you want to book a free reading with me. I can do free readings just like I do our Go Live Together. Only I can actually make that Go Live Together private between me and you. So if you're interested in a free reading, go to, or you know what? Maybe if you let me go live together with you, live, I can give you a free reading. So contact me at www.shamangraywolf.com and we will talk about that. So until next time, guys, take care. Enjoy your Thursday.